With the stakes ever increasing, round 5 in Marbula 1 has the teams thinking a little bit harder about what they should do in terms of lineup. It marks the first time that we've not just alternated competitors. Hey everybody, I'm Greg Woods. Welcome to Greenstone, one of the most technically challenging, curvaceous tracks that we have seen. And you see Sector 1 blending into Sector 2 at that white line. A lot of corners being thrown at our racers right off the bat. Then they do get a couple of long straights with a middle barrier that you see just going off the screen there before they enter the stadium section and down the front stretch, around the final turn and across the line to complete what is one of the longest laps in all of Marbula 1. There you see the starting order, different, as I said, from how we've alternated the two competitors over the last several rounds. Over 14.5 meters and 23 turns await in what will be a 9-lap race. As a result, Momo gets things started here. Decent qualifying in his first outing, but a poor showing in the last race. Qualifying 13th and finishing 16th. All of the marbles that are racing today have competed in 2 Grands Prix each. So we'll try to update you how they rank among the top competitors overall. Momo heads into the final sector on a 23.22 Rojo Uno, a little bit slower out of the first sector. Down the front stretch and around a slingshot of a last turn, 34.20 will be the time to beat. Rojo Uno finished 8th in his last Grand Prix outing. He's a little bit slower here to the tune of about half a second. Hive gets things going farther up the course and has a very difficult time through the first sector. Across the line here over 1 second back. For the final Grand Prix of the season, by the way, the last couple of races, only one competitor will be out on the course at any given time. All focus on him or her. Here comes Hive around the final turn, needing to pick up some time. 1, 2, 3, good enough provisionally for 3rd. Bolt finished 5th in the first outing and 12th in the next. He's having a little bit of trouble so far, but trying to claw that time back, 38 hundredths, heading into the final sector. Off the curbs, ooh, made up a lot of time, and goes to P1. Bolt with a 34.09. Bolt's best qualifying 8th thus far. Line. Taking it easy here, and perhaps a little bit too easy. 1.6 is down, but look at Waspy up through sector number 1. In the slow, twisty bits, is quicker. Line. 1.72 will be good enough for 5th. Waspy continues to be in the green. 11 hundredths clear. Into the stadium section. Down the penultimate turn. Tries to keep it off the wall and slingshot off the curbs. And lost out. Waspy could not keep the momentum through the 3rd sector and qualifies provisionally 3rd, over half a second back from Bolt. That is a little bit surprising. It just goes to show the differences in these marbles, where you can get in a great rhythm through the first part of the course, but once you descend into the lower, different skill set is needed. Here's Jelle to begin things. Qualified 8th in the first race, finished 7th. Qualified 3rd. In the next race, he finished 5th. Looks like the Mo Motorway and the O Raceway, respectively, for half of these marbles just about, and the Savage Speedway and Hive Drive for the other group of marbles. Rezi needs to pick up speed here. Jelle around the turn, goes P1. Half a second clear. 33.61. It was a great lap. Rezi goes second. They're quartered behind. Orangen up top goes 4/10 quicker through sector number 1 as Rezi comes across 2 seconds adrift. Orangen qualified 2nd and then raced up to 8th in the last Grand Prix. Orangen, ooh, bumps hard off of that curb at the entrance to the pit lane. How's that going to hurt the time? Oh, and it did hurt the time quite a bit. Went from in the green to 15 hundredths off, and Orangen only qualifies 2nd for now. Snowflake, our pole sitter in the last race, was quicker and now drops off. Clutter, same thing, having all kinds of trouble through the first sector. Snowflake around the final turn, tried to claw a little bit of that back. Provisionally 8th. Clutter on the far end of the course. In the last outing, qualified 2nd and won the race. Of course, that was all the way back at the motorway. Around the turn here, Clutter lost a ton of time. 2.67 seconds behind. Good enough for 11th. Provisionally, that's dead last. A few more to go. Quick off the line comes Mary, who needs a redemptive effort here. In her first race, qualified 16th, finished 15th. In her second race, qualified 12th, and finished 16th and last. It was a fairly poor showing when you look at the split from positions gained or lost. Momo is technically the worst, although Waspy does have more places lost, although that all came in the one race off of the conveyor belt troubles. So if you eliminate Waspy's minus 14, Momo is last at minus 12. And Mary will take the pit lane here, and it just goes all wrong for her. Nearly 6 seconds back. Mallard, the host, representative of the Green Ducks. Down the front stretch now. Oh, and this is going to be a little bit off. 1.7 back, but 6th place is bucking the trend a little bit from where a lot of the hosts have been. Interesting line here for Rapidly, who is the best in terms of starting to finishing differential, +9 on the season, and is the leader in the individual championship. Rapidly also goes in the pit lane. Does that set him up well for a shoot around the final turn? No. 2 seconds back. Starry, our penultimate runner of the day. Qualified 2nd and then won the first race. That was back at the Savage Speedway for Starry. 5th qualified into a 7th place finish his last outing. Hazy does seem to be a little bit quicker through the first sector. What about Starry? Coming across here? 13th. The track is almost going away from some of these competitors, but can Hazy stop that? Dead even. Zeros across the board as Hazy heads into the final sector. A little bump off the pit lane attenuator. We get it off the wall and come around the turn. The last runner, 1 second back, only good enough for 5th. So Hazy could not dethrone Jelle, who gets the pole position in front of Orangen and Bolt. Momo. Team Momo looks to add to that team's point total. There isn't a lot there. They need to add to it desperately, headed down the stretch in the season. Congratulations also for those of you who had subscribed. We have broken the 600,000 subscriber barrier, and we want to continue that trend. Join us tomorrow.